नमस्कार मित्रों, आज हम यहाँ भारत के दो एक्वानॉट्स, हिंदी में उसे जल यात्री इन्होंने बताया है, जिन्होंने फ्रांसीसी पनडुब्बी पर सवार होकर अटलांटिक महासागर में 5000 मीटर की गहरी गोताखोरी की सफलतापूर्वक पूरा किया है, उसको रिकॉग्नाइज करने के लिए एकत्र हुए हैं। इस बारे में आपसे विस्तृत जानकारी साझा करने के लिए आज हमारे पास साथ उपस्थित हैं माननीय विज्ञान और प्रौद्योगिकी, पृथ्वी विज्ञान के केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री स्वतंत्र प्रभार, प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय, अंतरिक्ष विभाग और परमाणु ऊर्जा विभाग के राज्य मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी। माननीय मंत्री जी, आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है। हमारे साथ आज उपस्थित हैं पृथ्वी विज्ञान मंत्रालय के सचिव डॉक्टर एम रविचंद्रन जी, NIOT चेन्नई के निदेशक प्रोफेसर बालाजी रामकृष्णन और डीप ओशन मिशन के निदेशक डॉक्टर MV रमण मूर्ति जी। उसके साथ ही दो हमारे एक्वानॉट्स भी हमारे बीच में उपस्थित हैं। आप सबका मैं स्वागत करता हूं। अभी मैं हमारे एक्वानॉट्स श्री राजू रमेश एंड जितेंद्र पाल सिंह से निवेदन करता हूं कि वे मंच पे आएं और माननीय मंत्री जी को मेमेंटो प्रस्तुत करें। Thank you very much. Now I request Professor Balaji Ramakrishnan for the welcome address.
Honorable Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, respected Secretary MOES Dr. Ravichandran ji, Mission Director Deep Ocean Mission Dr. Ramanamurthy ji, DG PIB, my dear NIOT MOES colleagues, defying jet lag through multiple flights, hopping and tiring more than a week time spent on board of a ship in rough seas, coming straight from Atlantic Ocean to share their experiences amongst all of us today. My dear colleagues, NIOT, from successful accomplishment of the historic deep sea diving expedition. What else scientific fraternity like us can have better than such a beautiful gathering of entire media personalities under one roof to join us in the celebration of first of its kind feat by our fellow countrymen. Hats off to all of you for your tremendous support for science and technology and taking every of our achievement directly to the 1.4 billion population. A very proud morning to all of you. As the head of this institute, National Institute of Ocean Technology, I'm extremely happy in welcoming you all to this press briefing today, especially on the occasion of us celebrating our 79th Independence Day tomorrow, to share the glimpses of NIOT's successful maiden deepest dive in the Atlantic Ocean and the status of our own manned submersible development, Matsya 6000, in-house at NIOT in Chennai. Very soon, our Matsya would be taking a dive to 6,000 meters of water depth, which is 600 bars of crushing water pressure, 600 times of the atmospheric pressure that you are enjoying in this auditorium. Every single component, including fasteners to electronic sensors components, are designed by our team meticulously to withstand such crushing pressure, and our team is working on it as we speak now. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to Honorable Minister, beloved Secretary, for their tireless efforts in organizing this event and relentless support to MOES scientific community as a whole. I also thank at this juncture our French scientific counterparts for their cooperation and collaboration. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Now I request Secretary Earth Sciences, Dr. M. Ravichandran ji, for presentation and his address.
Respected Honorable our Minister of Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Mr. DG, Mr. Oja, my colleagues, Professor Balaji, Dr. Ramanamurthy, and Aquanauts and NIOT team, MOES, press and media. Very good morning to all of you. Indeed, it's a pride moment. At this juncture, we want to inform that some of our scientists, fellow scientists, have dived deepest depth of 5,000 meter. Unique experience they had. So just I will briefly talk about what is this mission about. Then I will small presentation about Matsya and its status. So as you all know that our Honorable Prime Minister has envisaged, especially in the 2047 vision. Under that vision, every ministry, every people or countryman to contribute to realize this vision. For that, Ministry of Earth Sciences has taken up very important missions about in the atmosphere, ocean, and various aspects. In the ocean, main theme is blue economy. Under that blue economy, we have made some of the pilot project. It is called a deep ocean mission. Under the deep ocean mission, there are about 6 verticals. Of course, deep ocean mission means it is not a deep water mission. It is basically a deep knowledge, deep thinking, deep exploration, like that. And basically it is 6 vertical. Out of 6 vertical, I will not go into detail all vertical. One of the vertical is to develop a technology to harness the ocean resources. And that ocean resources, one of the thing is Samudrayan. Under that Samudrayan project, there are 2 things. One is to develop a mining machine to harness the non-living resources in the seabed. And the other one is Samudrayan, that means Matsya 6000. 3 human being will go up to 6,000 meters to explore the deepest part of the ocean. So under that Matsya 6000, NIOT is spearheading to design, develop, and demonstrate some of the deep water submersible, and it will carry about 3 persons. The unique component or Matsya 6000 is, it is a very latest technology in terms of generation or 4th generation Matsya. So nobody is having this many what is called redundancy in escaping and all other things we have built. This is the first time we have made very unique. This is roughly about 2.1 meter diameter. So within that, all 3 human beings will sit together. And the present status, just I want to say that present status is we have already designed, we have already developed that instrument, and we are already integrated for 5,000 meter. And also we have tested Honb'le wet test, we have done it. And still some more components are there, that especially some of the components are left over. And this is basically Matsya 6000 distinct features. So these features consist of many elements. I don't want to go with many things, but mainly the spear. Some of the items are very critical in terms of what is called life critical. Some of the things are human mission critical. All these things we have taken into account while building or designing and construction of this Matsya 6000. And this Matsya 6000, next slide. So we have already in progress. In the leftmost one is basically inside the spear, how the oxygen and other things have been assembled. And also the view, the red one is the view inside from taken. And the rightmost part is we have tested wet test in the Chennai harbor. without foam, that means without floating also we have tested. That sphere what we are looking at in the right side, that is the people are sitting, 3 human beings are sitting on that. And we have made a 6 test already. First 3 tests we have made without human being, and we try to see that any leakage or anything is happening or not. And the next 3 with the human being, we have tested various components, including what is called stability, as well as functionality, and also human support system. All these things we have tested, and still some more component is to be there. The 3 component is left over for realizing this 500-meter depth operational. Number 1 is we want to, this is roughly about 27 ton. Now in order to lower that, we need to have a ship has to be equipped with a crane of 27 ton. So that is under fabrication is going on. Once it is ready, we can go ahead. Even if it is not ready, we can use the existing naval vessel to lower this one. Second one is the flotation. The flotation we have designed, because basically it is a hydrodynamic design. We have already designed, and we have made a fabrication has been done in France, and then it will be exported to Norway to test that one. Then it will come back. So that will come in by this November. So that is one of the pending item. It is waiting for this 500-meter submersible. Whereas for 6,000-meter submersible, we are waiting for 2 things. That is, one is titanium sphere for withstanding 6,000-meter depth. For that, it is already construction is going, maybe welding and other things are going on in ISRO. We are working together for making that sphere. So once the sphere is ready, then next year we will be able to make it for 6,000-meter dive. Next slide. So coming back to today's this dive, this is a very unique, and it is the deepest Indian aquanet. First time they have ventured up to 5,000-meter depth, or 4,000 and 5,000. Actually, they have made 2 dive. First dive up to 4,000 meter in Atlantic Ocean. Second dive up to 5,000 meter. So these are the 5 NIOT team. The 2 has been dived up to various this 4,000 and 5,000. Other 3 they were on board on ship. They were controlling and other in the other things they were communicating with them, and various other aspects on board tech they were working on it. And this ship is basically, it is a iframer. It is a ship of iframer that is similar to CSIR body. So this back. This iframer ship is basically used for deployment of this their own that name is Nautile. So that Nautile to lowered by this their own vessel. So our scientists have gone to Portugal, because that vessel was in Portugal harbor. So from there they have gone up to the deep sea, that is near to the Horta, and they have dived 4,000 meters, and again they have another dive about 5,000 meters. So these are our colleagues have gone with 5 names. Specifically I want to mention from left to right, this is a Commander Jitendra Paul Singh and Palaniyappan, Satyanarayanan, and Harikrishnan and Ramesh. The blue color indicates those 2 are dived, both Jitendra Singh as well as Ramesh, they have dived into 2 different depths. Next slide. So these are some of the photographs while launching, and the top left is before launching, and the second one, the middle one, top one is he's is just going inside in the Nautile, and from the Nautile inside he has taken a photograph, Ramesh, the top right one. And the bottom left one is, I think they have they have lowered Indian flag along with the French flag at 4,000-meter depth, so that because there is a robotic arm, so you can drop whatever the things are required. So with that, they have first time they put a flag in Indian flag at that location. And the center middle one, bottom one is basically Singh. He has just a second dive he is going. He has gone up to 5,000 meter, and this photograph in the right side from the inside the Nautile. Next slide. So these are the deepest Indian dive. What are this is just various figure, and along with the team of NIOT, the next bigger group is from their own people, not only their own people, but also they were in a ship and other crew and all people, that team, scientific team were there. So what we have done, basically what we have learned from this, number one is pre-dive preparatory task. What are the things we need to do? What are the piloting operations when you are operating such a mission? Then what is your habitability and buoyancy management, and especially for descending, ascending, what we need to do, what we should not do, and also some of the intervention tasks using manipulator, because manipulator is outside. Suppose you want to drop a flag or you want to take a sample, all these things how to do from the Nautile. And the fourth one is the deployment and retrieval in various dives. Of course, our people have gone for 2 dives, but there are French group, another 2 more dives they have gone. There are total 4 dives, so that they know when they are not there how to do and other things. And also their trajectory tracking shape, onboard supports, and communication protocol with acoustic telephone, because the telephone is usually make it acoustic, some delay will be there, so we have to be how to operate and other things. And finally, they made a dive planning and maneuvering and other operations they have made. Next slide. So this is the best experience, but basically our people have gained how to do and other things. So now we are coming back to what is the Matsya 6000, what is the progress and what is the way forward. Basically, we will try to realize the titanium hull very soon, and also synthetic foam and variable buoyancy system, and also drop weight mechanism. These are the various things which we need to do for Matsya 6000, and then open ocean testing, and also shallow water demonstration up to 500 meters, roughly about in the 2026 middle, and also research vessel augmentation of LARS, that means LARS is basically launching and recovering system, and integration of deep water test by mid-2027, and finally various other scientific exploration and other things will start afterwards. So these are the nutshell, and I thank once again for press, as well as I want to acknowledge and appreciate and congratulations to our team, and also thanks to iFramer, that is a French collaboration team, which without them we will not be able to make it. You remember that this one we asked many countries, but you know, this is very difficult to get it. It is interestingly, of course, luckily we got the opportunity, and this is the first time we have done up to 5,000 meter and other thing, and we will be going for many more dive also in the same ship and vessel before going for our dive. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for a comprehensive presentation. And now I request Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh ji to address the media. Mantri ji will address in a couple of seconds, minutes.
I will make this opportunity. Maybe I can request all the 5 team, our NIOT, they can come and stand here to show the press people. Come please, you can stand somewhere here. Come.
Sorry, there was some cloud burst happened, so they were asking for some input. So I was actually doing part of what the news friends should be doing. Yeah, that's why there's an urgent message that the casualty is still being worked out. It just happened. So thank you very much. on a rainy day you've been here, and I can see, in fact, Mr. Oja was telling that it's quite a bit of an issue for the media persons to be very comfortably coming over here on the day like this. But nevertheless, I appreciate your commitment and the manner you responded to all of us. I think after Dr. Ravi Chandran has given you a detailed presentation and Professor Balaji also gave you a resume, there is nothing much to left as far as the technical aspect of it is concerned. But I think what is important for us also to realize is that when we gathered recently for a space mission, I think it's a very pleasant coincidence that Subhashu's space voyage is coinciding with the deep ocean voyage of Ramesh and J.P. Singh. And the breaking news that J.P. Singh belongs to Jammu. And when I told him so, he said, what you don't know is that my house is just 3 kilometers away from your house. So thanks for reminding me of my own address. So having said that, but you've done the entire country proud. And I told you last time when we met for Earth Sciences briefing, I said, we shall try to plan in such a manner that we have an Indian going up in the space and almost simultaneously going one deep sea. And I think Pallav made a lighter way remark in response to that. And then we would be able to claim that India's quest for a double conquest has already taken off. A conquest into deep space and a simultaneous conquest into deep oceans or deep seas. And that, on a serious note, will mark the beginning of value addition to India's economic growth story from two such sectors which have remained relatively underexplored and in some cases also totally unexplored over the last 7-8 decades. And for that, the credit goes to this government. This is the first time they have awakened to the enormous wealth which lies in the seabed. And Prime Minister has personally not only followed it up, taken a keen interest in this mission, but he also gave it so much of priority that he spoke about it twice consecutively in 2 of his Independence Day addresses in 2022 and 2023, which of course was intended to awaken the countrymen about the merit of this deep ocean mission and the blue economy, which is going to be the new component of economy as we move on to rank 4 and then 3, 2, 1. And that will be, I think, this is the ministry which would very substantially, if not wholly, be the torchbearer of India's Viksit Bharat story. And as I said, we have tried to plan it, though not fully consciously, to simultaneously move on, both in space and the deep oceans. And I'm sure this Jugalbandi will repeat it next year as well, as Dr. Ravi Chandran was saying. When we have one Indian going up in the space, Indian spaceship, we'll have one or more than one Indians going down, as he said, in the submersible, developed by India. So both the missions will be totally indigenous. They will be living up to the flagship mantra of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India. And if you come back to the present voyage, which is being discussed, I think there are a number of similarities as well. While Subhashu went up to the International Space Station on the invitation of NASA, an American organization, these two gentlemen have been there in a French collaboration. So that was NASA, this was EFRIMER. And of course, the institute which was taking a lead on behalf of the ministry was NIOT, which has come to be recognized as one of the premier institutes across the world, because we have the advantage of doing kind of ocean research and studies which are not available to other countries because of our geographical positioning on the coastal area of about 11,000 kilometers. And these two voyages also make another point that Indian talent is now no longer only being acknowledged, it is also being solicited. It's not that we are looking up for collaboration with our counterparts in the other countries are also looking for. So same was the case when Prime Minister Modi was a Washington DC visit and he was having parleys with President Biden. The offer came from that side to have an Indian astronaut over there. And so also, in the course of series of discussions that Dr. Jitendra was having, again, the suggestion came from the French authorities that we should have Indians also going with them. So this is a great acknowledgement, as I have always been saying, that India is no longer a follower. She's beckoning others to follow her. And furthermore, incidentally, both the voyages have been also accomplished around the same time, in the month of July, August. The IIS one was 2 weeks, this is about 1 week. Of course, the water inside was 4 days. And while Ramesh was up to 4,000 and JP up to 5,000. And similarly, while Subhashu has carried out a set of experiments for which the kits were provided again by the sister ministry, that is the Ministry of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, for life sciences, myogenesis, for plant behavior in microgravity, etc., seedling behavior, which would not only be benefiting India, but also benefiting the entire mankind. So again, we are living up to the spirit of the third mantra given by Prime Minister Modi, that is Vishwa Bandhu Bharat. And so also in the case of Ramesh and JP, the experiments which Dr. Jitendra was referring to will, whether they were using robotic arms, sensors, underwater navigation systems, etc., are going to provide rich inputs, valuable inputs, even to other countries, particularly those who have huge stakes with oceans, huge stakes with the coasts. And as we said on the day of the culmination of the Indian Space Station mission, that this will pave way for larger and upscaled international collaborations. So also I have the confidence to say today that this voyage is going to create much compatible milieu for India for larger and upscaled collaborations as far as our ocean experiments, ocean explorations are concerned. And as far as Matsya is concerned, next year, 2026, when we have an Indian going up, you have a submersible. And then 2027, when we have Chandrayaan going up, you have the integration of the tests. So I'm glad to note that I happen to be a part of, though Minister is an incidental partner always, because all the work is being done by the experts. But I happen to be incidentally associated with both the departments at a time when they are registering one milestone after the other. So thank you very much.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. अब मीडिया से अनुरोध करूंगा कि वो अपने प्रश्न पूछ सकते हैं, और प्रश्न पूछने से पहले अपना और अपने संस्थान का परिचय अवश्य दें. तो सबसे पहले 39, then after that 79. 39 नंबर.
Good afternoon, sir. Rekha Dikshit from IIT Madras Shastra magazine. A couple of questions, sir. This mission has been kept very, what should I say, secretive. There was a lot of noise with Shubhanshu going into space. This mission has just been announced right now. What was the reason for it? This kind of collaboration, what was India's role in the collaboration? Did they do any scientific experiments, and how much has it cost? These two dives, how much has it cost? A little more detail about the dives. I was just speaking to the Jal Yatris, and they said that they were down for around 9 hours or so, out of which 5 hours were right at the bottom. If you could give a greater explanation about the details of the dive, what they did there. And so you also mentioned that you did reach out to several countries And then this collaboration happened. Can you elaborate on which of these countries?
So the first part of the question I'll answer, and the second part Ravi will answer. Now, as far as the first part is concerned, we've not been secretive. The only thing is that we were not fortunate enough to be noticed as much as the space voyages are noticed. Because rockets going up is a very romantic visual. And therefore, in fact, space has made place for us even to get coverage for earth sciences. Many years back, I told Dr. Ravi when he newly joined, I said, if you do a survey of the streets of Delhi and ask them where on earth is the Department of Earth Sciences, they would not be able to tell you. So possibly the people were not awakened to the kind of work which is happening in this ministry, in this department. They thought all that we do is make weather forecasts, sometimes right, sometimes wrong, and then end up becoming a butt of jokes. But this is much, much more happening. The ocean aspect of this ministry was not noticed. I'm glad that through this mission, and that is why I said much of the credit goes to Prime Minister Modi, because his Independence Day address is highlighted, reflected, echoed in different places. So people then started asking, what is this all about, Deep Ocean Mission? And as I said, space has made space for the science achievements. I'm glad from here onwards, you would notice us more and find us equally romantic as well. The second part to Ravi.
Sir, it is nothing too secret. Basically what happened, the French group, their vessel was not ready. Then suddenly it was available, so we have to rush and our people have to go. That mission is more.
In fact, that story also coincides with space. Like, you know, the IIS mission had to be delayed for a while because some leakage happened, some cracks were noticed, that they had to be rectified. So also was happening. So the destiny line is also coinciding of the two ministries, the two departments.
See, basically they were not ready to go earlier. They have planned some time, maybe in later time. But the ship availability and the weather, these are the two important things which we look at it before diving. So suddenly they have become big. Before itself they told, anytime within a week time they will tell. So our once they have told, then immediately we have rushed and we have gone for that. There is nothing secret. And second thing is regarding this experiments. This dive is mainly to how the aquanauts, how to go diving and how to come out while doing what needs to do, what not to do. So to gain that experience only primary objective. And also how acoustically communicate, because some of our scientists on board, so how they can interact each other and how fast this is going, whether it is what we have thought some particular depth descending and ascending, whether that depth ascending descending is correct, and whether we need to increase or change anything. All these things they have gained experience. That's a very important thing. And some of the nuances, many nuances, how to do while going and up and down. So that is the main objective. At the same time, they made some what is called other people. They have made some how do we sample collection, and suppose you want to drop something, you want to lift something, how to do all these things they have trained. So that is the main thing. And the cost you have asked, of course the cost is it is only the ship time, whatever we are taking, that is the cost we paid, about maybe 1 or 2 crore maximum, because the ship time is entirely hired for us. So that is why we have to pay that. Otherwise it is not like a huge thing, and it is very generous support from France, and it is very difficult to get only ship cost to pay and do that. That's it.
Like space, here also most of our expeditions have been very, very cost effective if you compare it with the counterpart expeditions happening elsewhere in the world or the ocean areas, ocean countries. And now that we feel encouraged by what Rekha has said, we will come out with a series of other such voyages also in the next few days, because we have actually planned out a lot of things lined up also. So I said we should do it in parts.
Thank you, sir. 79, then 22, I will come back to you.
Hi, sir. This is Akanksha Mishra from The Print. I just wanted to ask if the aquanauts that went down in the French vessel, will they be the ones that will be going down in Samudrayan also?
Yes, most probably. Yes, but once initially they will go few dives. Maybe after few years of experience, maybe they can take you also.
No, I
It's
think
not
it
required
is,
like,
one thing is there for the interest of all the media friends. It'll be easier for you to go on an ocean voyage than to go on a space voyage.
Yes.
With the kind of acclimatization, training, and the different modules and the different phases of training is quite tedious and also lengthy, which is not so over here. And this is again also a reflection of the whole of the government, because JP is from Navy, no? Yeah, JP belongs to Indian Navy. He is not Parsi, one from the department. So that means we can also train, just as we can train a Navy person, we can train a media person also to dive in.
22 and then 133. I will come to.
सर मैं अनिरुद्ध हूँ दैनिक भास्कर से। मेरे दो साथी और ऑलरेडी पूछ चुके हैं, लेकिन मैं उसको और क्लियरली जानना चाह रहा हूँ। ये किस डेट में गए थे, वो टाइमिंग क्या थी, और हमारा जो अपना मिशन है उससे वो कितना सिमिलर था, उसके लिए इस तरह की के एक्सपेरिमेंट की क्या ज़रूरत थी, और हमारे जो दो एस्ट्रोनॉट गए हैं इसमें क्या कोई यूनिकनेस थी किसी ढंग की? यूनिकनेस से मेरा मतलब कि क्या इस तरह के डाइव पहले नहीं किए गए या किसी के द्वारा पहले किए गए, तो हमारा अपना इसमें विशेषताएं क्या रहीं इस वाले डाइव में?
वैसे इन्होंने तारीख बता दी आपको, दोबारा कह देंगे 4th and 5th अगस्त।
अच्छा 4th। और क्या टाइमिंग क्या रही थी, मतलब जब वो गए? या
maybe one of you can come and tell exactly.
आप you
Yeah,
tell
come.
your own experience, JP।
हाँ, अगर वो खुद से बताएं। अगर
अरे बहुत
जी।
अच्छा।
Ramesh also.
And Ramesh।
When you have gone and when you have come, and after going there, ship from there, how do you gone, and some experience? Yes, your experience you tell.
Sure, ma'am. First of all, a very good afternoon to all the people over here, and I am audible. Yeah. A very good afternoon to all the media person present here, and this moment is very proud for me because when you represent something at a national level, the moment you get excited is something which I'm feeling right now. Emotions are also there, and like the experience which you are asking me, like sir has mentioned that I've done a similar operations with Indian Navy, and I was been piloting at that time submarine rescue vehicle. So this depth which I went to 5,003 meter was a remarkable event because lot of things has to be learned. Like in
JP,
theoretical,
you must also tell them that you are among the very few who's gone that deep. इससे पहले बहुत कम ऐसे लोग गए, so they have joined that elite club of not even half a dozen persons across the world.
I'm in agreement with the sir. Like I was having a national record holder to deep dive to 670 meter and have some 3,000 dive hours under my belt before going for this submarine operation. I have done 11 live rescue submarine operations also, which include Russian class submarines. Apart from that, when I dived to 670 meter, I opened the hatch at that particular depth, which has been given me so much of confidence that yes, we can do much more when we go for this Samundrayan project. And I'm very thankful to National Institute of Ocean Technology to earmark me in 2022 itself and given me a heads up that you may be joining another ministry. And 2024 Jan, the opportunity came, and I again felt proud that I may be utilized for the country. And since my forefathers are also from uniform services, they were in the army, and I'm the first to join the Navy. So again, I got an opportunity, special mention to the project for this Dr. Veda sir and Dr. Prakash sir, who has been given me this opportunity to join. And I was really feeling very happy when joined, and made myself that moment I get some opportunity, I want to prove it as deep as possible. I requested Iframer, I want to go to 6,000 meter, which is the capability of your boat, but they told 5,000 is the max as per present, which we want to do.
See, the point is that the maximum seabed depth is 6,000. So we cannot allow Sardarji to go deeper than that. तो मजबूरी हमारी है, इन्होंने हमें पूरी छूट दे रखी थी कि जितना नीचे ले जाना चाहते हैं आप मुझे ले जाइए.
So that is where India should be always been on number one, and there is in my heart that I want to break the record, which has been 10,728 also. And I will feel that whenever I get that opportunity, I want to become again the first person in the world to achieve that record. As of now,
We must appreciate that spirit.
although I am the first Indian citizen to touch 5,000 meter, that is why I am very proud. But I want to become first in the world representing my country with tricolor on my chest. That yes, I have done something for my country. Coming to the question of duration of the dive, so since I went to 5,000 meter, it took some 2.5 hours to dive to that particular depth. And we bottomed to 5,000 meter and started doing some sampling collections and just to see how the manipulators, which is called as robotic arms, work at that particular pressure. And it was very fine because it has been hydraulically operated with a joystick. After that, how the visuals appears in that particular darkness where sunlight never comes. Because since I have dived to 670 meter experience, I want to see. I didn't felt any difference because it is the same at 1 atmospheric pressure, the cabin. So I operated with lights, without lights, to see how you can make out even in case of total power failure emergency arise. And I've also seen if CO2 is been switched off, how will you be maintaining your life support system? It was really a good experience to collect all this data. If some emergency occurs, what is the time taken from that particular depth to reach to the surface in a safely manner. And I spent some 4 hours of operation at seabed bottom with other experiments as well, apart from sampling collections, like life support system, then switching on the batteries, switching off emergency batteries, how the power takes over. And then we ascended, which again takes some 2.5 hours to reach to the surface, and recovery took some 1 hour. So total it's 9.5 hours to 10 hours of total operation. And many lessons learned, which I think it's not that much time is given to me where I can tell, but of course, I can make one book on which I'll present later on, which will.
I think we can prepare a small video clippings and separate it on the social media because that is the medium which reaches out.
Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity to express my views and of course something for my country. I'm proud. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Sir, actually, Ramesh, you can tell he is already having experience up to 670.
No, but one thing which he did not say is that while Suvanshu was seeing 12 sunrises, he did not see a single one in a day. So that was one contrast. The other contrast was that while they had carried that moong ka halwa and dal and everything, they were virtually starving for almost a week.
They have a cashew nut and
that's all. They just survived on some groundnuts and.
Ramesh, you tell because he has some experience.
Yes, sir.
So he has not worried much, but you have not feel any worrisome factor or anything. And also, what is the inside hull, our design and their design? What is the main difference?
Good morning to all of you, sir. Thank you. Almost 21 years I'm working in National Institute of Ocean Technology. I'm a ROV pilot. I'm operating the remotely operated vehicle for scientific exploration for a gas-rated site and a polymetallic novel mining site. Almost 45 dives made. So more than 20 years I'm working in an underwater robotic field. And I'm operating an unmanned underwater vehicle. So we have plenty of experience up to 5,300 meter depth operation in CAOP. And whatever we operated, which we have seen the visuals through cameras, not through human eye. So that is completely different. We can see the true color from our own eye. That is the exciting. And because of 20 years experience in the underwater technology domain, I'm very confident to operate. Even though I didn't go any submersible, we have seen the submersible in Jitendra 1,200 meter depth. We didn't dive anything. So with our experience gained over a period, I'm very confident that I can go, and I'm really proud that the first Indian dive 4,000 meter I did on 5th August, 9 a.m. I embarked in the vessel till 6:30 I was there. Almost to 5 hours I did the operation for at 4,000 meter depth. We lowered a known object up to 4,000 meter depth. With the object, we tracked the object, we navigated the vessel, and with the object, we inspected the submersible. Then they allowed me to operate the submersible to the object, and we have seen the object, and we collected the sampling tools, practice also they gave. So we gained a lot of experience in this expedition, sir, actually. So really I'm proud that the first Nautile dive at 4,000 meter I did. Really proud moment to me, actually.
No, inside hull, you are sitting or what?
No, actually, it's, yes, sir. It's a, the French Nautile vehicle is a little older, so they have, they will be laid down. We will be laying, 2 person will be laid down. One person will be sitting in the seat. But whereas whatever we built, 3 seats we kept. So now we need to rethink based on the
You
experience.
can improve on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Optimization has to be done based on the.
While the astronauts were floating, they were hanging.
yes.
You were at least
Yeah.
sleeping.
So, and our submersible, we have augmented the lot of scientific sensors, advanced scientific sensors. But basic vehicle, that's kept very simple and good, sir, actually.
Thank you very much.
Anything interesting you want to share with the media friends, which would, because as they said that they were not informed enough, like the space voyages, so.
Yeah, you tell their experience also. They were like a free bird, they are eating, these people are not eating anything.
That's what I said.
So number 133.
They were working
Even
in.
though they have carried astronaut and other things, but they are not 9-10 hours, they are not.
Did you lose weight after you came back? No, honestly, because 10 days of under-eating, you didn't check. You lost, no? Because being a Fauji, you must have seen. How much? So 3 kgs is lost in 10 days.
Food is
That's
French
right.
food is not taken, that's all.
And not only that, I mean, under-eating also makes a difference.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Piyush here from India Today. Sir, apart from successful deep dive mission, you also spoke about the accomplishment of Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla. Sir, when is he returning back to India?
Coming next week.
Next week?
Next week, in the sense that this weekend, around Sunday.
So will you also be meeting Prime Minister?
Yes, we have planned now. Let's see how it materializes. He may not be here for very long, so I'm not sure whether we would have a wider interaction, because then he has to leave to join his family in Lucknow. But he'll be coming again for the Space Day, which we have on 22 and 23. 23 is actually National Space Day, but we'll have a 2-day event, the first day being an academic event.
Number 2. So this is Kalyan from Deccan Herald. So what is the time schedule for the 6,000 meter dive of Matsya? Okay, when do you plan the first dive?
That's what it is, 27.
End of 27, December 27?
27, yes.
That's why I said when Chandrayaan 4 goes up, it will be around the same time.
Entire.
Any other question from anybody? Okay, now I will request Mission Director, Deep Ocean Mission, Dr. M.V. Raman Murthy, to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. Honorable Minister, Secretary Earth Sciences, Professor Balaji, Director NIOT, and Wajah Saab, colleagues from MOS, and then present media. I would like to thank Honorable Minister for Earth Sciences and Science Technology for his guidance and constant support. In fact, he is the who launched the Samadhyan project in NIOT. Now we are in the second milestone. I think in the next year we will have a shallow water trial under his leadership.
No, I think I'm one of the few ministers who have traveled with them in the ship. Only they didn't allow me to dive in.
Maybe in 27.
Ravi is saying 27, he'll let me dive also.
So maybe we can try in the next year also, so shallow water trial. And then I thank Dr. Ravichandra. In fact, he was showing about the milestones. In fact, he is the man who has started the Deep Ocean mission. Now we have started realizing the fruits of the mission one after other for that. I thank Professor Balaji and team for their continuous technological innovation and then developing many technologies from the National Institute of Ocean Technology. Specific thanks to the aquanauts, 2 aquanauts, and then 3 engineers. In fact, it is a good learning experience for the operation of shallow water trials of the human submersible that is going to happen in next year. A special thanks to Wajah Saab and his team, because in a short notice, this meeting, this press conference was organized. And then most importantly, press and media, because you are the people who take all this message to the common man. In fact, they should know really what is being done at Earth Sciences for that. And then all the colleagues from MOIs for their continuous support, and special thanks to the IPMERR, and then because without him, we could not able to take up this expedition for that. Finally, I welcome all the press and media to join for the lunch in the fourth floor, and then your continuous support is required for the future endeavors also. Thank you all.